Each Monday I pick out the Northern Hemisphere's celestial highlights, mid-northern latitudes, for the week ahead, but be sure to check my main feed for more in-depth articles on stargazing, astronomy, eclipses and more. This week is a fine one to spend planet gazing. Saturn and Jupiter and both coming up on their oppositions, annual events where Earth passes between them and the Sun, in turn. Around those dates, August 3rd for Saturn and August 19th for Jupiter, they're 100% illuminated and as big and bright as they ever get in our night sky. Look to the southeast a couple of hours after dark and Jupiter is already impossible to miss in a clear sky. This week the Moon pays a visit to that giant planet, the Delta Aquarid meteor shower strikes, then a dwindling Mars shines next to bright star Regulus. It's also a great week to get eyes on with the summer-only constellation of Scorpius and its bright star Antares, details below. Spaceflight-lovers will also be following the progress of Part 2 of Launch America, as Boeing bids to ape SpaceX by launching NASA astronauts into orbit. This week comes its, hopefully, final test flight. Here's everything you need to know to see all of that and more. Jupiter is now dominating the night sky a couple of hours after dark, shining brightly at a magnitude of -2.8 in the southeastern sky. Tonight it's visited by a 93% lit waning gibbous moon, which will shine about 4 degrees away to its lower left. Look to Jupiter's upper right and you'll see the much dimmer Saturn at a magnitude of 0.2. It's peak night tonight for this mid-range meteor shower, which could see about 15 or 20 shooting stars per hour viewable from a dark sky site. Since the moon will be 72% illuminated and rising around midnight, it's doubtful you'll see that many, but the best time will likely be the pre-dawn hours. Here's one for the keen-eyed, binocular-toting planet gazer. Get yourself outside with a view low to the western horizon just after sunset and you may see Mars, now incredibly dim and only observable through optical aids, just 0.6 degrees from the Regulus, the brightest star in the constellation of Leo. It's Part 2 of May 2020's Launch America. At 2:53 p.m. Eastern Daylight Saving Time today on NASA TV and YouTube you can watch Boeing's Starliner spacecraft launch uncrewed to the International Space Station ISS. This Orbital Flight Test 2 is the last one, in theory, before Starliner takes NASA astronauts to the ISS, just as SpaceX began doing last year. This test comes after a failed test flight in December 2019. At 13:16 Universal Time today our satellite will reach its last quarter phase. It essentially means that the Moon rises after midnight, clearing the way for 10 successive nights of dark, moonless skies. Around 550 light-years distant and found below the constellation of Ophiuchus and between Libra and Sagittarius, Antares is one of the biggest stars we know of. It would stretch to the orbit of Mars if it was put at the center of our solar system.